What do you think is the best, most versatile piece of equipment for a 10-acre homestead? Track loader, skid steer, tractor, mini excavator. Exodus, I'm telling you, man, and Bob Lester will tell you too, because he has all of that shit. Skid steer. Your first piece of equipment, if you can only have one, skid steer. Now, a skid steer, the attachments for a skid steer are more expensive. Get you a tracked skid steer, get you something with the wider low pressure tracks, get you something where you have a good, dealer basis. Bob runs Bobcats. I run Kubota. Bobcat and Caterpillar are probably a little more commercial, but they're also more expensive to fix. Can't go wrong with a backhoe. Don't fuck with a backhoe. Guys buy backhoes because they're fucking too cheap to buy a skid steer and an excavator. If you really want to, so for people that don't know, a backhoe goes on a machine like a front end loader, right? Your typical wheeled tractor. With your wheeled tractor, you have a PTO on the back. You can run cutting attachments, which is what most farmers are going to use until you get into big farming, right? You can use a cultivator, you can use a bush hog. There's different stuff, you can add to it. You can put this little thing on that you turn around and it has a bucket, right? It's not nearly as good as an excavator. It doesn't dig as deep as an excavator. It doesn't dig as fast as an excavator. You can't spin it around. You can only kind of move it to one side and put your dirt, and then you got to turn your seat around. It'll do it if you need to dig some trenches and you have an existing tractor. That's where you use a backhoe. If you ever use an excavator, you will fucking never use a backhoe. Can you brush hog with a skid steer? Yes, you can. I have a buddy that cuts hundreds of acres of hay with a skid steer. Now, can you... Now I don't know how he bales those. I don't know what he uses, but I know he cuts it with a skid steer. We're about to buy a front end cutter for our bush hog.
And I'm talking about Willis, one of the realest to try. My family, SOE, got the tools to survive. Yeah.